Spiritual Principles. Rabbi Michael-ben-Pesach, Portnaar. The 25th Spiritual Principle. Everything that the lower invokes in the upper is also granted to the lower. From Part 3 of Tes, Talmud Eser Sfirot. Please refer to the written materials for the text in Hebrew. Any lower step that becomes the reason for the higher step to receive additional light, this light is also then given to the lower step that has invoked this addition in the higher. This is a very important principle. If a person does not rise up to the good in himself, then what good can he receive? He can only receive suffering, as he himself causes suffering because he cannot receive, and so he gets upset. In this way, he gives us Kabbalistic understanding of how the three lines come about, as Ze'ah, Zerampin, lowers them into Malchut. Meanwhile, Malchut provides to the souls of the creation through the middle line. This is, in general terms, the formula of salvation, which the Creator has given us. There is no receipt under the Parsah, either through the right or especially through the left line, but only through the middle line. Darkness is the kli, the vessel of receiving, and light is the filling of this kli. On the other hand, there is a law. There is no light without kli. This means that the light that the kli cannot experience is like a bird in the air and not in the hand, as like Ein Sof. It cannot be felt or in any way limited within oneself, and therefore it cannot be tasted or sensed. Take it in yourself, work on it, write it down if possible, and not just listen to it. Try different options. Do as your nature tells you. Once again, it is impossible to sense the salvation of the Creator without feeling suffering and pain from those conditions in which a person is currently in. This is a great rule, a great law. Nowhere to escape from this, and there is nothing wrong with that. Like a child whose teeth are cutting, which causes pain, or gets the chicken pox or mumps, etc., same happens in the spiritual. You need to go through all these childhood sufferings in the transitional period from childhood to spiritual maturity. And now, you will not be ignorant. It is better to know about it and agree with it. Kahu, so it is, as the sages said. Then you will act smartly and you will live. For us, or for just like a person who feels in a relationship between people, as well as he feels the help of a friend in his constrained state. To the same degree, a person feels the joy of the help he received from a friend. We never forget when someone helps us in our helpless state, when it seems to us that there is nowhere we can receive help from, and it is not forgotten. It is about the joy of helping that person which receives from the helping of a friend. I mean, not help in an unnecessary thing, but help in serious cases. That is, it is not just as if a friend helped in things which are unnecessary for life, but it is about the help of a friend when he saved a person from his death, for example. And then this person has gratitude in his heart for his whole life. My friend can also help me with buying a car. He can give me a loan. Then I'll return the money to him later and will be grateful. But how can you compare the feeling of gratitude for salvation from certain death with gratitude for help with simply buying a car? And the same happens with respect to the Creator. It is impossible to appreciate the salvation of the Creator without the feeling of suffering and pain. For in this way the Creator made the world. The Zumal Ze Asai Lakim, one against the other. No need to look for suffering, but you do not need to run away from it either. To the extent that a person experiences it in his states, he can sense the salvation of the Creator. The more suffering or other pain you can experience, because you feel the power of bestowal, the better it is for you. And then you receive from the Creator the power of bestowal in order to get out of the state when the klipot are attached to you from all sides. Constricted states are the attachment of non-pure forces. A person does not see a salvation. He doesn't see his salvation and calls on the Creator. He believes that the Creator can pull him out of this. Thanks to his belief in the words of the sages, that kahu, this is so, a person finds in himself the power to rise to Binah, as a dot, to give himself to the highest, by faith above reason, as mentioned by the sages. And when you inwardly rise to Binah, due to the raised man, this is the prayer, then the klipot, the unclean forces, leave you, because they are opposite to the property of bestowal. As soon as you can tune in to giving bestowal, they leave you, because giving and receiving cannot be under one roof. And the more power you apply to rising from your grave conditions and sufferings to Binah, the more you get and feel the salvation, due to the conformity of properties with the upper.